It's a good problem when we literally have to turn down host homes because our schedule is too full of people taking us out.
Yeah.
People are just intentional and they're going out of their way to make us feel at home, and it's a great feeling. It's a unique feeling that not every church will give you.
Welcome back to the Castleview Baptist Podcast, and good to have you return again today. We've got our summer interns with us today, and you'll remember about 6 weeks ago, we had them on the first time, and we were learning about what makes them tick a little bit, getting to know their personal backgrounds and stories. And now we're at the end of the summer, and they've got just a few days left with us. And we thought it might be interesting for the church to be able to hear from them one more time, what they learned, what they went through, things they enjoyed, and relationships they built. And so let's go ahead and jump into the conversation today. Brett, good to have you back again.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you. Noah?
Good to see you guys.
You in a better mood this morning?
I'd like to formally apologize to everyone who watched that first podcast. There will be no shots taken today. So,
Did your mom get after you about that?
A little bit. She came out here and she was like, Noah, what are we doing?
What are you doing with this? Yeah, right.
So,
very rude.
So Brett and I've grown. We've grown a lot this summer in that area.
But maybe let's start there for a minute, okay? What's it like to live with the same guy for 8 weeks? Brett, you'd be a little bit more used to this, college and that kind of thing.
Right.
Noah, you've never been through this. So let's start with you, Noah. You've never had quote unquote a roommate like this. So what's it been like to be with Brett all summer?
Honestly, it felt like an older brother type thing. I mean, we're always hanging out. We did a good job at giving each other our personal spaces after a long day. If I can just tell that Brett needs a little alone time, I'll go to my room, hang out. Brett does the same thing, but it's been fun. A lot of the host homes had pool tables, so we've been playing a lot of pool lately. But yeah, it's been fun actually, just having a little older brother mentor in my life this last few months.
So was there a moment that you guys had to have a sit down, heart to heart? Noah, knock it off. Brett, you're getting on my nerves.
No.
I think we've done a good job. I think we've done a good job at keeping. I don't think we've had an argument. I think that's the crazy part.
Really, no short words.
Nothing. Well, okay. There's been a couple here and there.
Couple times.
But we've addressed it and we've moved on.
And you moved on. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we've forgiven each
other. That's good. I think it was a good team. You guys really worked well together this summer. Yeah. I thought that was good. Good for you as well, Brett.
I'll say this: most of the time, we're always in completely different rooms, sleeping wise, but. Most of the time, we're on different floors of the house. So
yeah, gotcha. You have your own space.
Yeah, I've had my own basement 2 out of the 3 times. Yeah. So
let me ask you this: we bring out 2 interns on purpose, and that's because there's a lot of times that you're doing things without staff, without supervision. You're in people's homes. You've got projects you're working on. What did you think about that? We don't bring one on purpose because that one would be kind of on their own. Right. Do you guys feel like that was a positive of the summer?
Yeah, we've talked about that before. Actually, I think that the 2 was a really great number. Anyone having to do all of this by themselves would be it'd be a lot. Yeah. But any more than 2 can sometimes also have its difficulties. Yeah. So I think 2 was good.
What were your expectations coming into the summer, and then how did those things change as you went through the summer? Brett, why don't you start?
Yeah, I'll start. I'll be honest, I didn't have that many expectations coming in. People would ask me what I thought it was going to be like, and honestly, I didn't know a lot about the church. I had watched y'all's live stream, but I don't think I had enough information to have expectation as far as what this whole internship was going to be like. Yeah. I think it's been busier than I thought it was going to be, which is not a bad thing at all. But as far as missed expectations or anything like that, I feel like it's been a good summer for meeting what expectations I did have.
Yeah, go back to your first week then. So you get a weekend, and now you're starting to build expectations. Right. I mean, I kind of like this, or I don't know about this, or whatever. Did your experience change from the beginning of the summer to the end?
I wouldn't say the experience changed. I think the dynamic changed over the summer. Most of that came from the fact that I was getting closer with the staff. Mm-hmm. So meeting Christian, first impression of Pastor Christian, and then what we know of Pastor Christian now, they're different. Same with all of you guys, because we built a relationship and got closer. So as far as that goes, I think getting to know the staff was the biggest change in dynamic.
Sure.
To the point where Christian, he's still our boss, but he's a friend of ours now.
Yeah. What about you, Noah? What did you expect this summer, and how was that different than it played out?
Yeah, I mean, Brett said it. Like, I thought this summer was, I knew we were going to be doing a lot of work. I just saw the schedule before it came out, and it was just go pretty much every day. And I think, and this isn't a bad thing at all, but we were just always busy doing something, whether that's helping the church set up for something, helping a host family with yard work or whatever it is. Just, we were always busy, and I think that helped just keep the summer going along well. Yeah. And I think I kind of had a misimpression of the staff here. I thought it was like all serious and all like, hey, we're just going to work. But you guys just have a loving and just fun atmosphere that we got to know pretty much week one, that we felt it, and I think that was
that you're
amazing.
Comfortable and enjoyed. Yeah. What about the variety of things you did? Because you guys do a lot this summer. I mean, you are landscaping at times. Yeah. You're cleaning out storage rooms at times. You're helping with widows at times. I mean, there's a lot of different things you're doing. Yeah. What did you think about the variety? Did you get enough variety in the summer?
Yeah, I've told people before, we have kind of like one foot in every door. And it's like every part of the ministry, every part of the church that I was really excited to deal with, we got to do. You know, I get to scratch my blue collar itch every Friday when we go out there and mow and fix stuff, and that gets me through there. And then preaching opportunities, you guys gave us, what do we have, 8 each, 7 each, something like that. So
yeah, wow,
plenty of opportunities there. It was a huge variety of things to do.
Yeah. Noah, tell us about the preaching opportunities. This would have been your first times, right? I mean, have you preached much before?
I did a school chapel one time last year, senior year. But other than that, I mean, I can.
So then the first thing you come into after a school chapel is you went right to the Berean class, right?
Yes.
Our senior saints at the church. How was that? How'd it go?
I remember texting my mom like 3 days before that. I was like, Mom, I need so much prayer right now. I'm so scared. And you guys been telling me like the week prior that, man, they're going to love on you. And I was like, I don't believe it. Like a new group here. But when I walked in, I mean, it was just, they're just a loving group. And I felt that from the moment I walked in that room. And I just feel like that the Lord just took all that pressure away from me just from that group. And I was supposed to do a 25-minute sermon. I think I finished within 13, 14 minutes. So, but that was good. I got to share my testimony with them a little bit after that. And so it was really good just to kick off the summer in that area.
Yeah,
so.
Good. First time I ever preached was on Genesis. I think it was on Noah, one of the first times I did. And that was really short. I think the second time was over love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. I remember 2 things about it. One, my youth pastor said, maybe you ought to preach on something you know a little bit about. And the second thing I remember is I went 9 minutes. Wow. And I think I shared everything I knew in the Bible, right? Yeah. I mean, there wasn't even that much on those few verses. It was, let me go to this illustration. Let me talk about this story. Yeah. And I got done and went, that was 9 minutes long. It's harder than you think when you first start, right?
It's funny that you brought up the story of Noah, because that's actually what I taught the Bereans was the story of Noah. So
that's right. Which your namesake.
I had to.
That's right. So I thought that was a great idea to have you right away with the Bereans, because I knew they'd love on you.
Oh, yeah.
Did you make some relationships? Did they follow through with that with the rest of the summer?
Yes. I mean, I think the whole church knows about the second row ladies. I think we all know about them.
I call them troublemakers.
The troublemakers.
But they call themselves second row.
Yeah, ladies. I don't think I can't be calling them that. We're too close now. So, but no, they every Sunday just walking in the building and giving them hugs and asking about their day and asking how our week went. It's just been amazing. They gave us a shirt, me and Brett's shirts that said the second row seniors love me.
That's awesome.
And it's just building that connection, and then it's just a great class. So.
Yeah, good. You enjoyed that. Yeah. What were your experiences preaching?
They were great for the most part. Youth group is obviously that's a great one. I really enjoy getting to teach the youth group. One that I really surprisingly absolutely enjoyed was the college and career class. That's a life group, so it's a lot more conversational and the way Pastor Johnny has it set up, we're walking through 2 Timothy verse by verse, and I loved it. I loved preparing for it, and then honestly teaching it was one of my favorite opportunities of the summer.
Yeah, that's good. I like our life groups, how they're set up. There's a lot more discussion, and our idea with life groups is, if we had one goal with life groups, it's all about fellowship, and we want people in there talking, right? You don't just go in and you sit and you listen for 45 minutes. People learn better and they relate better in circles rather than rows.
Right.
And I do think that's a strength of our life groups is that relational side of it. And so I do enjoy that. Have you guys been involved in life groups like that much before?
Are you talking about our home church or here at Castleview?
Yeah, just in the past.
Not much in the way that it's set up here. We had a college and career group back at my home church that is Bible study formatted. But the whole concept of like talk for a couple minutes and then let's sit here and talk about this. I haven't had a ton of experience.
It's a little bit different facilitating
Right.
a conversation than it is just teaching a lesson.
Right.
But we've got such good people in the church. You get these great conversations that come out of it. And every time I'll leave and go, boy, I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that was really, really helpful to kind of go through that.
Yeah.
What was your favorite event of the summer? And you might give more than one, but if one thing stood out, what was the favorite event for your summer?
I think I can go first on this one. I think easy one is men's camp out. I only went first because I thought he was going to steal it if I didn't say it. But we were here for 3 weeks, 2.5 when men's camp out happened.
Yeah.
And I think that was the moment that I really saw the personality of Castleview. I think that was the moment where like I really realized that I love this place and that it was a home away from home, honestly.
What's the personality?
Everyone is so loving. Everyone is just they're so willing to get along, regardless of how many differing personalities can get between a group of guys. I'm sure Noah can relate to this. Anytime you go somewhere new, there's a level of awkwardness and timidity that comes with you being in a new atmosphere, and that can vary on how long that lasts depending on the culture. And I think with Castleview, it lasted maybe the first Sunday, and then after that, we saw these people that loved on us, and that men's camp out was when I really got to witness that firsthand.
Yeah, that's a fun event. I mean, you see everybody, all the guys that just jump into everything. You've got those guys making food over there. You've got, I mean, it's fun time around the campfires, fun time activity, fishing, all of that. So now you guys went to the first thing you did probably was that Tuesday night. Right when you got here, we had, matter of fact, we hadn't had a church service yet, had we?
No.
I think you came in on Monday.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday night, we had men's get together at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Right.
That was probably a little bit more, I know you sat over at a table with me and we had a few people with us, but there's, 23, 25 guys, that were sitting in there too, maybe more than that. And that was probably a little bit more awkward for you at the very beginning because you don't know anybody yet.
A little bit. We probably could have made our rounds and made it a little less awkward, but
sure,
it was overwhelming.
It was a long 2 days.
Yeah, it wasn't overwhelming.
It was overwhelming.
It was a lot.
You were telling us names, and it was going in this ear, coming
you told
right
us every name of every person. I'm thinking, whoa! But you
introduced you to people.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And maybe as much for you guys, it was for them to get to know you guys.
Yeah.
And hey, these are our interns. Take them under your wing this summer. Enjoy them. Get to know them because you won't remember all of them right away that first night, but they would remember you right away. And so I thought that was a good start. What was your favorite part of the event
obviously,
of the summer?
Brett stole it. I mean, I'd probably go men's camp out. Just
really,
just learning everyone. That's how we met Rob. That's Bill. All them,
Rob.
and I felt so at home day 2 of that trip. But if I had to change it from a different answer, I'd also probably go 3v3 basketball tournament. Seeing how many lives were changed on that tournament, how many people showed up, and it was just a fun. Like Brett and I got to ref, and that was really fun. We got to ref probably 6-7 games together, so it was awesome.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. So.
Were you guys surprised by the teens that were there? That during the invitation stand up and actually come forward to meet with counselors. What did you think?
I mean, obviously, like when you do the invitation and everyone's heads are bowed and eyes are closed, everyone raises their hand, but it's how many people are actually going to go walk and talk to a counselor. But seeing how many people actually did, I mean, there's 11 that got saved. And there's probably 14 who actually went to go talk to people. So it was awesome. I mean, Brett was talking to 2 people at one time. Like it was awesome. Like it was just a true blessing. So.
Tell us about that. Didn't you have a chance? You had an interesting opportunity too, didn't you?
Yeah, so a lot of people know Lynn Holland in the church. Her husband, Mark, before he passed away, he was a big spiritual help to me. I mean, I used to call him uncle. I call it Aunt Lynn still, but he was my uncle to me.
Yeah.
But her grandson was at the tournament, and I actually got to lead him to Christ. So it was just cool how the family connections tied through. And so I know Uncle Mark's pretty happy about that.
That's awesome. And wasn't that the first person you've been able to lead to Christ?
That was my first person, yeah.
What a cool experience.
It's crazy.
For it to be somebody that you know like that.
Yeah.
What'd you think during the invitation? Did you expect it, or were you surprised?
No, I was surprised. I was very joyfully surprised by the fruitfulness of the tournament. That was probably the busiest week of our summer, was preceding the 3v3.
Yeah.
And it wasn't frustrating because honestly our job was to go play basketball and invite people to 3v3. So that was fun.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, wow, this is a lot of work for this basketball tournament. And then you gave the gospel presentation great and clear and everything, and then invitation. As soon as people started standing up, I was like, so that's why we do 3v3.
That's exactly
that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean the draw obviously is a basketball tournament,
right?
But they're going to get the gospel while they're there. It makes all that work though. You say that's the busiest season of the year for you. It made all that work so worthwhile, doesn't it? I mean, I'm sure you saw kids get up to go talk to counselors that you had met out on the basketball court somewhere. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
It was
very cool.
You're thinking, all those, because you guys would go out at night. It's not just work during the day. You'd go out at night and go to parks and go to rec centers and get to know some of the guys and play some basketball. Yeah. Pretty cool to build those relationships.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure.
Good. What else? Any other events stand out this summer? Men's camp out.
VBS was awesome.
VBS is fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
VBS.
That's just a fun thing to do,
one.
isn't it?
Yeah,
that's just a fun.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason VBSs are so fun, obviously the kids are fun. I think there's a camaraderie with all the volunteers that happens during that time as well.
Right. Yeah.
And so I think that's really a fun
And I
event.
think we need to shout out Whitney for that. Whitney does an amazing job each
good.
year,
all
just
the
leading that
prep work and all the behind the scenes. If you could go back right now and tell right before your internship started, do this, watch for this, learn this, pay attention to this. I could just talk to myself before the whole thing started. What would you say?
I would tell myself to charge my social battery up. On a more real sense, I would just tell myself, just get out there, meet people, be genuine.
Yeah.
Because like I mentioned, I think that first week there was, I'm a pretty extroverted guy, but I think there was still a little bit of, fear. You feel like you're stepping on someone else's turf, like this is their church, they've got their way, and we're kind of just here, helping things go.
Yeah.
But I think I would have encouraged myself, just go meet as many people as possible. We've met a couple families here in the last 2 weeks, and I tell them straight up, I'm like, I wish we would have met you guys week one, I wish we would have met you guys earlier in the summer.
Sure.
Because we're leaving now. But
Yeah. What about you?
On the same lines, I think right when you get here, go out and start building that connection. Because like Brett said, like the first week we were here, we were like, where do we fit in at? Like, who do we talk to? When do we talk to them? But I think I just tell myself, hey, these people are awesome. They're going to love on you. You just need to go out there. And like Brett said, I'm a very extroverted person too. But it's just like, just go out there, build that connection. Don't be afraid. And they're going to love on you either way.
So you would have basically said, both of you, let me just jump in right away with relationships.
Right. Yeah.
What would you tell the church? Is there something you'd say to the church that helped you guys? Because we're going to have interns moving forward. We have them most summers.
Right.
What would you say to the church? Something maybe that helped you, something that you can encourage them with, that, hey, when you're dealing with interns, this was helpful to me.
Just people are just so nice. Like everyone is so nice. It's a good problem when we literally have to turn down host homes because our schedule is too full of people taking us out.
Yeah.
And it's not like this is a church of 20,000 people where the host home schedule just fills up. Like people are just intentional and they're going out of their way to make us feel at home. And it's a great feeling. It's a unique feeling that not every church will give you. So.
Sure. Love that. Noah?
I think a unique thing about Castleview is that people don't try to be different people when they're around the entire congregation. Like when Brad and I come in there, we're trying to meet them. They're not going to put on a different face. They're going to be them. They're going to show who they truly are. And it's a true, like Brett said, it's a loving thing. And every person in the church, I don't think I've ever seen a bad side of them. Like it's just the care that they put towards us. Like especially the host homes. We had the Kleppers, we had the Randalls, and now we're with Bob and Margie. Just the way that they're showing love to us is just amazing.
Yeah. So. What was the area you grew the most this summer? If you could point at one thing and say, at the end of the summer, this would be my biggest lesson learned, or I learned this about myself, and this is what I want to do with that moving forward. Lessons learned.
I grew in my prayer life a lot this summer. That's more of a personal lesson learned than any kind of discipleship thing. But I came to this internship off a pretty rough circumstantial patch about 2-3 weeks before. So when I got here, I was a little overwhelmed by, oh goodness, all this stuff just happened, and now I'm having to learn new things and start a new responsibility. And I think God really encouraged me this summer that my best day is going to be the day that I pray the most. And I can feel it. The days where I'm not praying are the worst days of the summer by far. So I think I really just developed an urgency to pray every day.
Good. What did you learn about yourself, Noah?
I learned that I need to check in on people more. I feel like you see a kid down in youth group, you see someone who isn't really talking to someone in the congregation. In the past, I'd just be like, someone else is going to talk to them. They'll be fine. Yeah. But just going out of my way, going the extra 9 yards and just telling them, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? Good to see you here today. Yeah. I think just going out there and being more vulnerable with people is.
I think you mixed metaphors there. The extra 9 yards, the extra mile.
The extra mile.
9.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's all right. It's okay. No, you can mix them. We got it. That's right. We're never having you back on this again, Noah. That's embarrassing.
Good to see you guys.
That's pretty embarrassing. I'm going to be honest. That's terrible. We're throwing shots now. We need to
I deserve this.
Right.
Bring him on. I deserve it.
For last time we had together. So because you guys experienced the other side of this then, right? I mean, you've always been very comfortable in your churches. You've been at your church for a while now, and you've got friends and you're involved. You've been at your church for a long time as well, so you've got friends, you're involved. It did give you a chance to feel a little bit different in that I'm the guest here, right? I'm the new person. That kind of changes the way that you see other guests, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
I think, it makes you go out, like I said, it makes you go out your own way and seeing, especially going back to our home churches now, we can have a different sense of hey, how can we actually reach these guests?
Sure.
And I think Castleview, coming out here, I've seen this now, people worship God in different ways, and I think it's something cool that you can especially Brett from being from the South, out here in the West, it's a different animal out here.
It is.
So people can worship God in different ways, and it's still worship. I think that's a cool thing. So
if you had one word to encapsulate your summer,
oh goodness,
this is going to put your quick thinking skills to the test. One word that you would use to describe your summer, you would summarize it with what?
I've got you, and it's going to be a tearjerker.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm going to say home. I think.
Home. Wow.
I think is the way I would describe this summer.
Really?
Obviously, for those of you that don't know, I live on the other side of the country. I'm from North Carolina.
Yeah.
But it took no time at all for me to feel I've called my mom before and say, Mom, I miss you guys, but I'm not ready to come home. So
wow.
This place just became home really fast.
I love that. Yeah. And it's relationships that makes you feel that way, right? I mean,
100%.
it's relationships.
It's not
people.
Mountains or anything.
Yeah, right.
People.
Although I'm sure you enjoyed that part of it, but home. That's a great word. Noah, he set the bar high there.
Yeah, I don't know if I can beat that one. But I think my word would be care. I felt a lot of care in this summer, and I think Brett can probably say the same thing. And it's just been awesome to feel the care and the love. So.
Yeah, good. Well, we loved you guys this summer. You did a great job. 8 weeks, it goes by just like that. I mean, you feel like you just got here, but you guys have done a lot of work. You've done a great job of investing in relationships, pouring into whether it was the teens or the adults or the second row ladies or whatever group that was. I mean, you guys really did a good job of integrating yourselves into the church. And I know that I'll be praying for you guys moving forward, and I'd encourage our church to be praying for you guys moving forward. I don't think we've seen the last of Brett and Noah. I think we'll probably be seeing them again sometime down the road.
Let's hope.
And that's right. Noah, you're young enough. You've got plenty of internships left in you. Maybe we'll see you again sometime down the road. Brett, I think we'll probably see you again sometime as well. But thanks, guys. Anything you wanted to say? Any last words?
Thank you. Honestly, that's the biggest thing I would say, both to you guys and the church in general. It's just thank you so much. I mean, this is a life-changing experience what you guys gave us this summer. 8 weeks of just welcoming us in and showing us a different side of ministry. So thank you very much.
Amen.
And for me, I think I built relationships to last a lifetime. I'm gonna miss it. I know Sunday. Well, I'm going to be crying a lot. So
the tears will flow.
After 8 weeks.
After 8 weeks. But just to thank you guys, and we love you guys, and we'll be praying for you guys.
Amen. Well, we appreciate these guys so much and the work that they've put into this. Hey, church, can I just stop and say this for a minute? The way that you made them feel is the way that we want to make every single guest or every future intern or anybody coming into our church. We want to make them to feel the same exact way, comfortable, part of what's going on here. And so thank you so much for being a major part of this. Be sure that you thank these interns. Some of you may have even exchanged some information back and forth. Keep up with them. And we appreciate you being a part of this podcast. And we will see you again next week.